Here are the basics of keeping a freshwater aquarium by Carl Strohmeyer, 40 years plus professional experience. Okay, now let's talk about substrate. For the average aquarium, we recommend 2 to 3 inches of number 3 or pea-sized gravel. This allows for less buildup of hydrogen sulfate, producing anaerobic bacteria. The downside to the larger gravel is that it allows more waste particulates or eaten food to accumulate. With proper maintenance though, waste accumulation should not be a major problem. Sand is good for a heavy planted aquarium as it provides much better anchor to the roots, and even more importantly, sand traps nutrients and symbiotic bacteria needed by the plant root. If used for live plants, we recommend a half or double zero or number 1 sand followed by 2.5 inches of medium number 3 gravel with substrates such as Echem Fluoride or EcoComplete mixed around the plant root. These two products can be substituted totally for gravel or sand, although they can be pricey. If your aquarium is going to be only lightly or moderately planted, we recommend sand only in the area around the plant roots and number 3 size gravel where else. Otherwise, you may deploy hydrogen processed sulfate producing anaerobic bacteria. Consider mixing a different type of natural or color gravels to achieve the look you like. For hospital, breeding, or heavily populated temporary holding tanks, no sand or gravel is best. This allows for less possibility of waste matter or substrate absorbing medications in the hospital tank and less rotten organic sludge in the holding tank. Okay, now on to filters and pumps. We always recommend 2 filters minimum per aquarium for redundancy in case one filter fails, and for improved biological nitrifying filtration. Air pumps and power head pump circulation pumps can also be added to maintain good circulation and aeration, as well as to move water to existing filters. Here are some combination suggestion aquarium turnover rates per hour: 5 times for an average non-planted freshwater aquarium, 2 to 5 times for an average planted freshwater aquarium, 2 to 3 times for a beta or fish fry grow out aquarium, 6 to 10 times for a high bioload aquarium such as a monster fish aquarium. The size of your filters are also determined by other filters present in your aquarium, as well as your aquarium bioload, number and size of fish and other habitants kept in the aquarium. As an example, in a 50-gallon aquarium with an average bioload of 40 to 45 small platies, if you prefer a canister filter, something like an AAP Rena Philstar filter would work fine, although I recommend another filter for redundancy. Although the same filter would work fine in a 75-gallon aquarium assuming a light bioload, or if another filter is present to assume part of the load, such as the Hydrosponge 3 filter. A sponge filter is an excellent complement to most filters, as the sponge filter can extend the tank size capacity of more filters they are used in conjunction with. This is always not recognized by many, but the fact is that controlled studies have proven that a well-designed sponge filter can be the primary filter in any size aquarium. These tests show that a sponge filter exceeds all equivalent size filters. For example, a Hydrosponge number 5, it has exceedingly more filtration than an Aquaclear 110 for a 75-gallon aquarium for aerobic biofiltration. Only a fluidized filter exceeds sponge filtration efficiency when comparing apples to apples. Taking the aerobic biofiltration a step further, a fluidized sand filter bed can actually outperform most any high-priced canister filters such as a Fluval X5 or 6, and a fluidized sand bed filter or a premium sponge filter can make a much less complicated alternative to a messy canister filter for those who find canister filters simply a pain to mess with. For a small aquarium, a combination of a hang on the back power filter or a sponge filter and an internal power filter are another potential combination. You want to make sure that you rinse your sponge or cartridge out in used aquarium water to maintain your beneficial bacteria or bioload filtration. For a mid-size or really any size aquarium, you may consider a premium hang on the back filter such as the AAP Tidal or Rena Super Clear filter, as well as before mentioned sponge filter for added redundancy. Other hang on the back filters worthy of a note is an Aquaclear, Whisperer, and Tetra EX series filter, which also have a motor that draws water in rather than pushes it out. For larger aquariums, a combination of a fluidized sand filter or a canister filter with an internal filter for cross circulation. For canister filters, we recommend Rena Philstar, Eheim, and Sun. While popular, we do not recommend the fluval as they have a poor head pressure, high flow-by rate, and unreliable impellers based on statistics, which are based on using literally hundreds. Other filters worth of a note are wet-dry filters. For filters and water pump circulation, we recommend a minimum of a combination flow rate that turns over an aquarium a minimum of 5 to 6 times per hour. However, 8 to 10 times would be better, although part of this can be simply circulation pumps, especially for fish such as goldfish. However, we recommend at least 5 to 6 times per hour through a filter, and the remaining of the circulation via simply circulation pumps, air pumps, or similar. As an example, we recommend a hang on the back filter for a 150 gallon plus, a sponge filter that is moving 200 gallons per hour for a combination total of 350 gallons per hour for a 50 gallon aquarium. This is a turnover rate of 7 times per hour. Adding circulation pumps such as a Sail propeller pump or an air stone can also add a circulation. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today about Freshwater Basics, going over substrate and filters. Thank you so much for tuning into this series. We've got a whole bunch coming your guys' way, so stick with us. You'll be a pro with the Freshwater Basics. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. We really do appreciate it here at American Aquarium Products. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.